Good morning, Rabbi. So, Baruch Hashem, we're all back in Yeshiva. It's beautiful to see everyone's scraggly faces, ready to steig. I know we had a super long bein of Zmanim. And I want to talk about the new Zman and where we're holding and where we need to be. Unfortunately, we had some not so kosher matzahs going on. I know that everyone is aware during the bein of Zmanim, the Yeshiva sends out meraglim to all the mixed amusement parks. And unfortunately, a couple Bachurim were found doing some not so negia things. And obviously, so they were diagnosed with ADHD and like schizophrenia, and they're not going to be in Yeshiva anymore. But I urge everyone to take advantage of the Pesach Masvid program that Yeshiva has. You know, we have it for a reason. We don't want boys slipping. It's not anything crazy. It's from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. A little bit of learning, a little bit of steiging. It's enough so that you don't Chas Hashem lose what you've gained. You know, just like weight on Pesach, you don't want to you want to build onto it. You don't want to lose it. So I want to talk about the new Zman and Sfira. So what's Sfira? It's a very confusing time for Klal Yisrael, because it's a lot like the 3 weeks and 9 days. You don't know which is which. So the minhag of the makom is that we just hold everything. You know, we hold that you don't do any of it, and that way you don't get confused and lose yourself. Chas Hashem. It's not a M&M reference. It's not even Chal Yisrael candy. It's just a time where we're sitting Shiva. Rabbi Akiva had like 24,000 talmidim that were nifter. So you know, so we don't swim. We don't take showers. We don't listen to music. We don't shave our beards. We don't have relations with our spouses. Some people have minhag not to smile or do any business until Shavuos. And the reason for this is because it's not a happy time for Klal Yisrael. Rabbi Akiva, his talmidim, it was a huge loss for Bnei Yisrael. They were huge talmidei chachamim. We don't even know the madriga they were on. The biggest Russia in Rabbi Akiva's base medrash was bigger than Rabbi Yashiv. We don't know the affairs these people were doing. You think they were eating gebrachts or wearing long blue, Chas Hashem blue colored robes? These people were holding on such a high madriga. We can only imagine where they were doing these kamsadika things, and it's a huge scary time for us that we have to make sure not to slip and be like the Gaim. Also, we're counting down Sfira until Hashem gave us the Torah, and if you're counting with the bracha, then Baruch Hashem, good for you. If you're not counting or you're counting without a bracha, you're Chai Misa, you're going to go to Gehenna, and there's nothing Rabbi could do about it. But you need to be very careful next year to make sure you have someone, maybe you can even pay that, like a shomer that just comes with you everywhere and reminds you. So what are some ways that the Bachurim can try to use to not slip into these things? I know that it's very hard for a lot of people. They have their iPods and their movie phones to not listen to music. Even a cappella, we don't hold you to listen to anymore, because these days, a lot of the a cappella is coming from non-Jewish nagunim, so we know that that's usher. So what could you do to make sure you don't get involved in this? So you could smash the speakers in your car with a hammer, so you're not Chas Hashem tempted. Or if you have a little bit more money, you can go to a mechanic. You can have them to just disable the radio. Even talk radio is not so Pushit, because talk radio, we know there's commercial breaks and there's a little bit of Zmiras going on during those times. So it's best just not to have it at all. If you can, you know, l'chadchila, just ride a bike everywhere during this time, so you don't have yourself come into to slip in the Yitzhahara of Chas Hashem doing these things. And Rebbe understands. Obviously, I wasn't born yesterday. I also had time in my life where I had hormones, and I was just like you, and I understand it's not easy being your age. But guys, it's not in our hands right now. This is Hashem's Torah we have to follow, and you have to make sure that you're doing everything you can to guard yourself, to put getters around getters, mamish like an onion. All right, so we're gonna pick up for the Mir Hashem for the RebbesDrasha. I know last week people were very, very upset. People were kvetching all over the place. They pushed off Shabbos last week. Nothing Rebbe could do bad. I think I can stop them from pushing off Shabbos. I can barely stop them from adding another recess. So let's try to stick around, and Mir Hashem, we'll see you guys soon. Shkach, guys. Let's steig.